All right, you're welcome back. Barring any unforeseen development, the era of estimated billing is winding up, and the outcry from Nigerians on outrageous bills will be a thing of the past.
Yeah, this is as Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, announced that 108 companies have been approved and given licenses to supply prepaid meters for consumers. Now, different communities have gone on protests against distribution companies, accusing them of using the estimated billing system to rip them off without providing adequate electricity supply. Now, the problem of inappropriate charges arising from estimated billings become more pronounced after the privatization of the power sector in 2013 in hopes of ensuring stable power supply.
You know, when in your time you grew up shouting, "Up NEPA."
Up NEPA, oh yeah.
And then your own children shout the same thing, "Up NEPA." And then your grandchildren shout the same thing.
We'll keep shouting up NEPA.
There is a problem.
There's
There really is.
It's a capital problem.
It's a capital.
All right. We have a chartered accountant and public affairs analyst with us, Sheson Okwade, with us in the studio. Sheson, good morning.
Good morning.
It's nice to see you in the new year.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. Now, what I remember we've had you on this platform several times to talk about this issue of power supply, electric meters, and all of that. Now that the National Assembly is taking this into giving it legal backing to criminalize estimated billing.
Estimated billing, yeah.
What's your assessment of this?
Yeah, if I go by your prologue, National Assembly has taken their own path, criminalizing the estimated billing, and the Minister of Power just announced that we have over 108 accredited companies to supply some of these meters, which is under the MAP, the MAP program,
Yes.
where the MSP, we have to provide some of these things. I've said before now that the investment into metering is beyond what we looked at. You see, the bill most of us paid are there to cater for what the disco we used to pay the energy they get from the TCN. And I can tell you from all indications that no disco has ever paid up to 50% of what is being supplied to them on a monthly basis, which has accrued to so many outstanding even with them. And these are caused by energy loss, energy theft, here and there.
Leakages here and there.
You know? But with this introduction of MSPs coming to finance, it's a relief on the disco. I know in the last 1 year, there has been mass deployment of meters across all the discos in the Federation, which is bringing, but there is an area where the disco are crying fouler, and which area enough of bypassing of such meters. We now discover that people that are even getting the prepaid are now bypassing it, and it's not generating revenue for the disco. Every disco that must venture into metering needs enough liquidity. And now that they've taken it off them, I think it will relieve them a bit to concentrate on their core business, providing electricity. If you get a prepaid meter today, the problem you are going to face is that where's the electricity to even use? But you'll be happy that you are paying for what you're going to use, you are consuming. But the fact remains that how many transformers are functioning? How many of them are okay? So the development that they've started this process since last year, and we are definitely just giving up so that we can make things to move. It's a welcome development, and I'm sure that every Nigerian will start smiling.
Okay.
How soon that smile will start is another matter. Well, Ambassador, our correspondent, is still very much out there on the streets. Well, this time around to talk about the issue of metering. Ambassador, what are the people saying?
Well, a whole lot of views coming from the people at this time about not just electricity, but about metering, whether it's prepaid or estimated. Well, let me just come to a question here to speak on this matter. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, you are a Nigerian, a Lagosian. How is metering treating you?
Man, very funny. They're treating us very funny, and you know, consider the fact that the way the power sector is going right now is very poor in the nation, you understand? So where you have to pay for higher bill rates.
And what kind of metering do you use? Is it estimated or prepaid?
It's estimated. and it's a crazy bill. I can tell you, it's a crazy bill. You know, when the government had to like everybody should work on prepaid, you understand, and they refuse to give you the prepaid. Like for instance, I stay at Ojoju, like towards Alagbole, and where we like ask for prepaid meter, but yet they're like, you have to pay a certain amount of money before you get it. And even when you even decide to get it, they will still have to tell you it's not available yet. And you understand? They prefer they bring the bill, they come with their ladder, climb the pole, and when you don't even have the money to pay it yet, they will ask for a tip to leave the light. So when you don't have the tip, they remove it. That's very bad. And the government, according to what I heard, they implemented a law that no NEPA should climb the pole, serve everybody prepaid meter. But now they still do it, and I call that a fraud.
So would you like to be served the prepaid meter in your home?
Yeah, I would love that. I know I pay for what I use, not what I don't use. Like in a month, we could get lights 2 weeks in a month. It's very bad. Like yesterday, I had to sleep without the lights, walk without the lights. You understand? It's very bad. No customer will want to understand if there's light or not. What if I can't afford a generator? So it's very necessary. I should be able to pay for what I use.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, let me just get another Lagosian at this time to tell me their view about this. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. We're talking about metering.
Yeah.
So what kind of metering do you use? Is it prepaid or estimated?
Estimated. We're using estimated bill, and anytime they come, they keep giving us crazy bill. The last bill that they gave us was too crazy, and we can't bear it. And we have to fight for it. We keep protesting, and we have seen no changing on it. And anytime like that, they bring off bill, we keep paying, and I think that we're going to stop this.
But have you applied for the prepaid meter?
We have applied. They're keeping telling us that they are going to bring it. Since last year, they keeping promising us.
Have you paid for it already?
We've paid for it. We pay for it.
How much?
It's my landlord that paid for it. Even 4, and they give him 1 from before. And you go back for the theory. They say that they can't do anything about it again.
But if you look at it, how will one house require 4 prepaid meters?
We're using flats. And they're giving, even though in our house, how we're using flats, each flat is using estimated bill. You are not using the same lights.
So what would you like them to do at this time?
This time we like them, I would beg them that, they should bring us pay meter, because we can't keeping on paying this crazy bill every time.
All right then, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, okay, another Lagosian I have here. I'll just walk towards him. We're talking metering in Nigeria, estimated, prepaid, and the whole matter. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Good morning.
First, we're talking about metering in your house. What kind of a metering do you use? Is it prepaid or estimated?
It is estimated.
Estimated. So why don't you have the prepaid meter? Do you prefer estimated?
The IKDC refused to give us the meter.
But did you apply for it?
Severally. We've done that severally, yet there was no supply.
And have you paid?
They did not ask us to pay. What they said is we should pay a lump sum on the previous billing they brought before they will issue it. And the sum they asked us to pay is too huge for us to
How
pay.
much is it?
They said according to quota, if you are owing, they said we should pay, I remember, 150,000.
How much were you owing?
About 190 something.
How come you owed so much?
No, it is not what you use. Okay, like just last month, they brought 7,000 plus. Do I use what is up to 7,000 plus in my flat? So in my house, we have 4 flats. They bring 7 per flat, making over 28,000. What are we using? How would one pay such bill? It's impossible.
So what are you doing to ensure that you get the prepaid meters in your house?
There is little or no effort you can do. If they have made up their opinion not to give you, nothing you can do. It is their opinion they are not giving. Because once they give, it limits the ability to extort money from you. Simple.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Well, we've heard from Lagosians right there about their experiences with metering. There, Mike and Ngozi.
Okay, thank you, Abosede, for the updates from the streets there. Nigerians talking about prepaid meters. Now,
and all the people that she spoke with all pay their bills outrageously through estimated billing. Or is it guesstimated, if you like?
Guesstimated, estimated,
something is
it's just semantics. It's the same thing.
What exactly do you think is the problem here?
You see, the reason for this wide range of outrageous billing, it's when this government came in, I know the minister mandated the DISCO to find a solution. And the first thing they did is to meter majority of those transformers. So you discover that on a transformer, they actually want to capture the consumption of everybody there, on which they can now decentralize. Before now, they just give outrageous billing. They give bills, no way of proving what they are billing. But majority of the bills they circulate out now are generated from the meter, from the transformer. So you discover that some of the things we preach to people, you live in your house,
switch off your lights,
you can just on everything and go out. Something is capturing that at the transformer. And at the end of it, I'm not here to defend the DISCO, but at the end of it, they go there, pick the reading. I've had calls where people approached me and they say, we're getting crazy billing this. I said, okay, let's monitor the consumption on this transformer and just multiply and see what it looks like, and let's decentralize. And the guy was like, wow. And for like 2 months, we asked them, if you don't need the supply, switch it off. From there, we discovered that the bill reduced. So it's a two-way thing.
Now, but in fact, like Ngozi was talking about growing up earlier on, the issue there is we had NEPA officials who go from house to house, read the meter, read each meter, give you what is due to you, and then expect, in fact, they put the bill there and then you go to pay and all of that. Now, when you come to, for the scenario you've painted where you go to the meter, sorry, the transformer, and then you read the consumption rate there, and then you distribute or decentralize it based on everybody there. How fair is that?
Not so fair, and we know that's a lapse on the part of the DISCO, because there should be a measure of a 2-bedroom flat, a 3-bedroom flat, a duplex, to measure what you give to them. And that is an area where we are putting...
Should it even be the issue of 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom?
Because you can actually have
just put a meter. You can have a 2-bedroom and consume what the duplex will consume.
Exactly.
No, the issue is you put a meter. Nobody is disputing that. But the investment into the metering is what they are not doing now, which MAP is bringing on board. Okay. But one thing we want to say at this point is that the DISCO has a lot of work to do. Let me tell you, it's not about metering that we're even talking now. There are a lot of cobwebs that will not even allow this meter. You see, I feel for the DISCO, because now that they are relieving them of metering, I think they should concentrate more on cleaning their networks. Because the way some of this thing runs, you discover that somebody tap light here, and like 7 people are tapping from it, and the guy does not know that they are tapping from his own light. So, which give serious utilization to the main person. You have just one bill and 6 people are attached to you.
Should there be some kind of public enlightenment, really, as to how
the DISCO has
should use
a lot of
power.
things to do,
yes,
which we are putting them, you know, putting the pressure on them. It's not just metering. Metering is just one aspect of that thing that we need to measure what we are doing.
Like what now? We need to, can we break it down?
Some of the things they need to do. Synthesizing, you know, cleaning up the system. If you go to some areas, I'll get you some pictures. You will see the cobwebs that you cannot even identify which one goes into a particular flat. I'm sure we've been out of this country. You don't see this kind of... You don't see it. You don't see it. So you discover that when we start this process that the Minister of Power is bringing on board to make sure everybody is meter, I'm sure the DISCO will pull out of it. In fact, so many of them will not be able to renew their license because they will not be able to meet up at that point in time.
All right, we heard the federal government raised an alarm recently that there's so much fake prepaid meters in circulation. I wonder how that is going to compound the challenges that we have on our hands right now.
That's a big one, Mike. You see,
because when the government is the one saying that, then it becomes really,
who will solve the problem?
The fact is we have a regulatory body that checks that.
NERC?
Then NEMSA, not even
okay.
NEMSA that check the influx of meter into the system. But because of the yarning of meters, you discover that everybody has run to China. And they now bring in meter. You want a meter, we'll give you meter. The strength of that meter, the accuracy of that meter, how long can you have it? That's another problem we are going to face. Now, the yearning for meter is there.
But don't we have local manufacturers, which BRF, the Power Housing and Works Minister, actually pointed out that, you know, to the discos, that they should patronize these manufacturers, because so many meters just lying fallow, unused, you know.
The local manufacturers should push their business. It's a matter of you marketing yourself to the disco.
No, but if they push on the other hand, okay, for instance, the 108 companies that have been licensed right now, the point there is it is the government who still gives them the license to do that.
Start with.
So these people will push. It is incumbent of government to pick the ones they have to pick.
The government are giving license to 108 to bring in more meters, and we have local manufacturers. Why is the government not supporting the local manufacturer to push the business? So how can you be counterproductive? You are telling us, let the local manufacturer do this, and you are giving license to more people to bring the 108 people. None of them is going to produce the meter here. They are bringing it in.
So and we have very reputable. We have very reputable. In fact, there are some local producers of meters that can even feed the whole of West Africa with prepaid meters.
Yeah, but the person you don't sit back, make production of those things without pushing forward. I expect that if we have such in Nigeria, there should not be reason for giving license to other people to bring in meters.
So who do we blame on that? The government?
Both the government and the manufacturer. You don't sit down here and expect that people will promote your market for you. You have to look at the individual's concern. If you have to lobby, if you have to have a buy-in, you know there are so many products out there that you need to do, you know, create awareness for people to even know that you exist.
Obviously, there are some challenges, definitely, that these local manufacturers may need to surmount. You know, that's not making them actually put their products out there. Then there's this 39 billion naira that was approved for the discos, for the supply of meters. But obviously, these events now may have overtaken that.
No, that one still is still there. It's just
there?
to work side by side.
Okay.
The MAPs may not come on board until, let's say, April. May, because the disco has to do due diligence, check some of those things to control some of these fake and unqualified meters. So you have between now around March, April before you can allow the map to come on board. They actually intensify on it, and the other funds made available by the government is for the disco. As we speak, they are metering. It's just that the capability of each disco is not up to that level. Okay. But it's a daily thing that is occurring.
Sheson Okwade, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
We look forward to a metered Nigeria.
Very soon.
And a time when the kids will not be shouting,
Up Nepa.
Ngozi, I can't say about that for
now. No, we really look forward to that time.
Okay, before we go, let's inform you that it is 23 days.